Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey as Len Wells and I conclude show prep.
All 13 seconds of it.
That's exactly right. How y'all doing today, folks? You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Good morning. Len Wells is here. We're going to have a lot of fun today. What do we want? What's the big news today?
You just have to tell me what you paid to tell me. I mean, I didn't need to know. I've got my stipend already transferred it into my account.
How did that go?
To you.
How did that go? It
hasn't gone through yet, but I'm on.
I was going to say, I was wondering.
No, Bruce, we can talk about anything you want.
How was the stay at the hotel last night?
Very comfortable.
Really?
Had to turn down service. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Lady came out.
You get that with
lady came in. She turned me down. No, I'm just kidding.
I appreciate you telling the jokes looking at me, but look at the camera when you're telling the jokes. See, that'd be really good.
Okay.
You're a professional here.
No,
you don't want to do this.
No. Good to see you guys.
A camera is the...
But no, we can talk about anything you'd like to.
We're not talking about...
There's crime and corruption going on. We can talk about crime and corruption.
I didn't really want to talk about crime and corruption.
Let's not then.
Because, I mean, there's so many good things going on that
What's this National... Peanut Hull Day or something?
I'll tell you in a minute.
National Peanut Hull.
This is Thursday, July 14th. Thank you so much.
Speaking of last night, did you see the buck moon?
I thought it was, is it full tonight or last night?
It was last night, the 13th.
Oh, okay.
It was last night, the 13th.
Right.
On Wednesday night, it was what they call a buck moon.
Well, it'll still look like that, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know why they call it a buck moon?
It's probably for deer.
It is, actually.
Really?
It's the time of the year when the bucks are, their antlers are at the peak growth in their life cycle. Seriously.
And this is a supermoon.
Yes, it's very close to the Earth, and so it's very bright and very big.
And very large. So
that's called the buck moon.
Now, the moon is not like converging. This is expected. It's not growing closer to the Earth and going to smash.
I don't think Mercury's in retrograde or anything.
We haven't heard anything like that, have we?
No. But there's also supposed to be a comet that we can see tonight, actually, but I can't remember where it is.
Really?
It's up in the sky, I think, but I can't tell you what direction to look.
What'd you think of the pictures from the new telescope?
Oh, that was pretty good. I'll tell you what, you could probably do that on your computer in your basement too, you know. It's just like the moon landing. It's all fake. It's all fake. I mean, they got some 18-year-old kid sitting in his basement, you know, with what they call that?
A computer.
No, but I'm talking about the program.
Photoshop.
Yeah, he did that. And probably if you'd look at it.
So you're saying that the Webb telescope is Photoshop?
Of course it is. Just like the moon landing. You know it is. But actually, they were quite amazing.
Actually, you are the first one I've heard.
How many light years away was that? I mean, it was a bazillion light years away.
They're trying to go back 13 billion years for crying out loud. They're trying to go back to the start of.
I thought I saw in the lower left corner the first picture they put of Starbucks. Did you not see that? They're everywhere. They are everywhere.
Did you see the pan back from whenever the one photo?
I did not. Oh, you mean when it was like a big circle?
Well, but then they panned back to the to where actually that was shooting, and you figure where that's shooting and all those galaxies where that's shooting, and then they panned back and saw the expanse, which kind of give you an idea of all the galaxies. It's pretty cool.
There's some debate on whether there's an end to the space. You know, is there an end to space? I don't know. Is there an edge? I don't know.
13.7.
Well, I do know the Earth is flat, so we know where the edge is. It's out there in Fiji somewhere, isn't it?
You know what makes a lot of sense?
Let's talk.
Is that we can go directly from existential discussions, and philosophical existential discussions such as the ends of the universe, and also go to today's community events where the Fairfield Public Pool will be holding a free swim day.
Is that right?
Today? Yes, today.
Oh.
Free swim 2 hours today. I'm reminded of the 45-minute cocktail hour.
That's too short.
That is too short. On Thursday, July 14th from 6 to 8 p.m., this is the Fairfield Public Pool, sponsored by the Misfits Car Club.
Well, how cool is that?
Get your kids out there tonight.
Get the kids out. Cool them off.
There you go. Cool them off. Up at Effingham at Pinky's, they're going to have live music from Carly.
Oh.
Carly, she does a fine job.
Yeah, will she play the guitar?
I think she plays a little bit of guitar. And
maybe a piano?
Maybe some piano, but I'm not certain.
Is she pick and grin?
No.
She does not pick and drink. No, picks and sings.
I think she sings.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Sure. Also, the blood drive going on at the Clay County Hospital today from noon to 4 o'clock.
All blood types needed.
All blood types needed. Blood drive, masks and appointments are required. To make an appointment, go to redcrossblood.org. And then you'll be able to sign up and schedule your appointment.
You can sure help a lot of people that need. And we talked about this earlier. There are a lot of people that are sick, and if you give a pint of blood, you're helping.
Well, we didn't talk about that on television.
But I tell you what, especially people who are receiving cancer care, there's a component within the blood donation that really helps cancer people. It's called Factor VIII.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's so. If you would like to help somebody that is suffering from cancer, donating a pint of blood will actually eventually help. So it's not all whole blood that they give.
Well, they
break it down into its components.
They break it down into separate.
So it's very important. That's my point.
And all kinds of different things. So yeah, a wonderful idea. Again, go to redcrossblood.org today.
Give a pint.
You used to give blood, right?
Until that one test came back from the health department. They called me there at the house and said. You hate to get those calls at night.
I've had one before.
Well, not that kind.
I'm just not that kind. But no, I used to work at the Red Cross. Barred from giving blood for a couple of years after I got going into the habit of it, and then I kind of got I got a bad test. And
would you have? Let me guess, low hemoglobin. I bet.
No, it was high ALTs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that's indicative of.
I had too much beer the night before.
That's what it was.
I drank too much beer before giving blood.
You shouldn't do that.
I had high liver enzymes, so
there you go.
My liver was chucking out the enzymes. And then a year or two later, they adjusted the test. Mine was actually healthy.
Well, isn't that wonderful?
So I'm actually healthy.
I tell you what, if you get Bruce Dickey's blood, you're going to recover from whatever you got.
There you go.
No question about it.
Absolutely. You want to know what else today is? July 14th?
July 14th. Now, June 14th was Flag Day. I don't know what July 14th would be.
It's National Macaroni and Cheese Day, Len Wells.
That does not look at anything like a mac and cheese.
Well, that's mac and cheese.
What's that green junk in there?
That's paprika or something.
No,
it's
parsley chopped
up. Chopped parsley is what I meant to say. With a bacon.
Now, I could dig that.
You
put bacon on anything and you got a hit.
One of the classic comfort foods earns a place of honor on July 14th. National
I love
Macaroni and Cheese Day. Made with macaroni noodles, cream, or milk, and the golden goodness of cheese. Mac and cheese shines as a side dish while also standing
in that
on
particular
its own
picture that you got up there, Bruce. Do you know who cut that cheese? Do you have any idea?
I could not say.
I don't know who cut the cheese.
Who actually cut that cheese right
Well, it's a beautiful picture there. I love mac and cheese.
Here's some facts of macaroni.
Oh, yeah, there are facts about mac and cheese.
There are facts about macaroni and cheese. First modern recipe back in 1770.
Really?
Scotland has macaroni pie. Kraft macaroni and cheese, over 80 years old. I think
used to be you could buy it a dime a box. Remember that real cheap stuff? I mean, it was good.
That's what you bought.
And it was like powdered cheese in there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nasty stuff.
I had some.
Tasty, though.
Well, they've changed the formula somehow.
Well, I tell you what, it tastes like what Mom used to make, except
I had some that I was kind of hoping it tastes like what Mom used to make, but it did not. It does not.
I don't know, but I like mac and cheese. I like the comes with the pouch, the liquid pouch, liquid cheese squirted in there.
Oh, I see. Now that's the best Velveeta.
Kind. Oh yeah, you can't.
See, the Velveeta
is probably not even cheese, is it?
Well, the Velveeta and Shells has recently won an award for being the best boxed macaroni.
I like it a lot. I do.
There you go. Well,
put some bacon on top of it, and you got a hit.
Here's another day here on July 14th that you'll hopefully enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. National Grand Marnier Day.
Is that not orange based?
That is orange based.
I thought so.
It's Alexander Marnier L'Apostole.
Didn't he used to work down there, Tex?
Wasn't in town yet.
Heavy drills?
Orange liquor in the 1880s. His grand experiment pairing fruit liqueurs with cognac took 10 years to find success. When it did, he gave birth, well, I guess he did. It says here he gave birth to one very expensive liquor.
Well, that'd hurt. I tell you what, look at that bottle. That would hurt. Giving birth to that thing.
I would think that would be.
Well, bless his heart, Grand Marnier. Now, so a brandy is a distilled wine. Is that correct? Brandy is a distilled wine.
I believe so.
And so he put the orange liqueur with the brandy, shall we say?
Grand Marnier is used in a long list of desserts, including liquor cream buns, a Yule log, cranberry sauce, crepe Suzette, and Grand Marnier soufflé creme brulee.
Ooh, I like creme brulee, don't you?
I was going to say, have you ever had
on
any
a stick
of those?
At the fair? Yeah, creme brulee on a stick.
They don't
deep
have
fried.
that at the
deep
fair.
fried. It's the best.
They don't have that at the fair.
A creme brulee on a stick.
I love creme brulee. And if they
had it on a
sold
stick,
creme brulee at the fair,
you'd buy it.
I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
I love that stuff, don't you?
How would you get it to stay on the stick?
Oh, you'd have to roll it in something, I would think. Well, if you can deep fry anything, you could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah, but how would you get the creme brulee stick? You'd have to get it.
It had to be thick enough.
It had to be frozen, sticking on stick.
There you go.
And then
roll it in like nuts or something.
Well, no. You want the creme brulee. You want the crunch of the outer shell,
which has been kind of not burnt, but
burnt.
Yeah, a little bit torched. We're on to something, Bruce.
I like this.
I like this.
I really
Creme
do.
brulee.
This can work. Yeah.
With a shot of Grand Marnier on the side. I'll tell you what. Did you have it? Did you bring any today?
I did not.
I would do a shot if you had one.
I forgot it was.
If you had one, I'd do.
You
a
would
shot.
not.
I would do a shot. Right.
We
here.
see
right
that
here
look,
live on TV.
Look right there. It's classy because it's an old.
It's in a snifter. So you can't drink it out of the bottle, or shouldn't.
You're not supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet it would be good also to dip strawberries in, and then roll that in a little powdered sugar. Oh man, you talk about good. Wouldn't that be good?
I'm not sure that'd be good at all.
Sure, try it.
We'll
try that after the show.
I might try that after.
Run over to Mach 1.
Last week, ladies and gentlemen, you might recall whenever I had the fair, the ladies from the fair on here, that last week was actually National Nude Recreation Week.
Really?
Yes.
And had any of them participated?
Today,
did they admitted?
I am not.
None of them admitted.
I can't say. I don't know.
I think ladies nude volleyball would be okay.
July 14th, ladies
You brought
and gentlemen,
it up, not me.
National Nude Day on
You
July.
are lying to me.
I am not lying to you.
That's just stupid.
This observance offers a way for folks to keep cool on a hot, sticky summer day. Nudist groups around the world celebrate this holiday and take it quite seriously, too. Nudists... I don't want to read it. Noted for enjoying his natural state. One of our founding fathers. Which would
George Washington,
of our founding fathers?
Tom Jefferson, Tom Cruise,
Benjamin Franklin.
with them
He
little
would
pinch nose
reportedly
glasses.
take air baths by the open window of his room, allowing the fresh air to drift around in his birthday suit.
You know those pinch nose glasses he always wore.
He did not invent the naturist movement, nor did it take the nation by storm.
Ben Franklin and his glasses, that reminded me of a great punchline. I can tell the punchline, certainly.
Can you tell the joke?
Look around, big boy, see you ain't missed nothing. Isn't that a great punchline?
That's actually a pretty good. I don't know.
You don't know the setup on that? We'll talk about that later.
Here's some tips for to embrace the nudist
Oh, you kidding
in you.
Those are like stick figures. It's terrible. Look at that number 6. What is wrong with her? You're showing the whole thing.
I am not showing naked people on my show.
Bruce Dickey, this could be the end of your career.
Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I enjoyed working here for quite some time.
We're going to have a brush fire there for a minute. I didn't know.
Actually, the founder of,
the guy that thought this stupid thing up. Who's that?
It was in New Zealand in
he's not right.
1937 was a national.
I was in Punta Cana.
I don't understand why it's in July if it was founded in New Zealand.
Yeah, that would be like the opposite
wintertime.
season, wouldn't it? Yeah. But it's probably still warm in New Zealand in the wintertime, probably. I was in Punta Cana, which is in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And I was really surprised at how many people were just running around topless there.
Do you know it's legal to?
It is legal or illegal?
Oh, it's legal.
Legal.
I presume it's legal to be topless in New York City.
Well, that's not very smart, but
I don't know.
I've been to New York City and I didn't ever see anybody like that. Usually you can pay to see it, but walking down the street, I never saw anything.
How long do we want to keep this lighted?
Not much more.
But yeah, happy.
You can pay to see anything in New York.
Happy Nude Day, ladies and gentlemen.
If I'd known that, I'd have just come in my birthday suit.
Take your shirt off.
Oh no, you don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. It was just I was being generous.
Thank you.
Making a generous
Very kind
offer.
of you.
Major League Baseball tonight. The Cardinals see the Dodgers for the last time.
Are they doing any better? They've been stinking up the joint lately.
They've won 3 in a row.
That's great.
Yeah, they've won
I'm
3
happy
in a
for
row.
them.
Yeah, before Wednesday night, they won 3 in a row.
Good.
6:15, the Tyler Anderson versus Dakota Hudson. That's on Bally Sports Midwest. 6:40 tonight, Chicago White Sox are at Minnesota. That's Johnny Cueto versus Sonny Gray. That's on NBC Sports Chicago, channel 645. And at 7:05, the New York Mets at the Chicago Cubs. Carlos Carrasco versus Keegan Thompson on Marquee.
Keegan Thompson
5.
sounds like a comedian.
I think he's...
That's Keegan Peele. Key and Peele.
Key and Peele.
Okay, never mind.
He's Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, Keegan Michael
Of Key and Peele is Keegan.
Okay.
His name is Keegan.
So that's a kind of an odd name. Is the only reason I brought that
Keegan
up.
Key, but it's spelled differently.
Okay.
Keegan Michael Key.
Whatever.
Keaga.
Have you seen that Saturday Night Live routine where he's the teacher, and he's of course he's a black guy, and there's all white students, and he's trying to pronounce their names.
Oh no.
Jack Whelan. Is there a Jack Whelan here?
No, I have that pretty good.
Jacqueline.
NBA Summer League basketball starts on ESPN tonight at 7 o'clock, and British Open.
Oh!
It's on right now.
Oh,
You're
let's
watching
go.
this on Thursday morning. It's on right now. It started at 2 a.m. It's going until 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Wow.
What's that? 13 straight hours of golf.
Wow.
Can you
Tape your ankles.
Yeah, that's going to be great fun.
Oh, man. Talk about watching paint dry.
That's Lynn Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this word. Do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Barry Bond's going to be the star. He was the prosecutor.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here. See, the other cool part about this pen?
That camera,
yeah. The other cool part about this pen is it's got one of those little...
Oh, yeah, for your computer thing, for a tablet.
Use it for this. And
they're great for cleaning wax out of your ears. They really are.
No, they're not.
Yes! You just can't get them in deep enough, that's all. Anyway.
Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Right there is Len Wells, ladies and gentlemen.
The man, the legend, friend of those who have no friends.
Online at crimebeat.net.
That's great. Doing great. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming up.
I'll tell you what, I don't know why you keep calling me, but thank you.
Well, I don't either, but I do appreciate
How many people canceled before you called me? About 6, probably.
There were some.
That's okay. That's all right.
There were a few date snafus, if you really must know. But,
it's okay.
Good to see you here.
Happy to be here.
How have things been? How are things at crimebeat.net?
A lot of crime, a lot of beat, a lot of net. No, we got a lot of.
You do cast. Your beat casts a wide net. Doesn't
it does.
You like I did that? Looking for crime.
You're so good. I think No, we've.
There's a reason I'm a professional.
I know. We had a fairly big story yesterday, actually, or the day before yesterday, actually. What's this? Is this Thursday?
This is Thursday.
It would have been Tuesday. I'm sorry. Tuesday there was an in-court hearing in the Megan Nichols murder case.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that they had anything scheduled.
Well, see, the trial is not slated until September, I believe. The final pretrial is in mid-August or late August. But yesterday there were the defense for Brody Merbarger, the suspect in the death of Megan Nichols. His attorney, Christian Barrell from Carbondale, filed a motion to move the trial out of Wayne County because of too much pretrial publicity.
Did you go attend to the
I did not.
I didn't know. You basically wait to get the...
I read the docket sheets.
Yeah.
The docket sheets and documents. But they argued that motion, they being Mr. Barrell, and they argued that motion, and Judge Mike Molt took that argument under advisement. So he'll make a ruling later. Could be as early as today or tomorrow or next week.
On the change of venue.
On the change of venue. But then a new motion was filed in relation to the case, and that was a motion to sever. So Brody Merbarger faces multiple charges of homicide, concealing a homicidal death. He also faces charges, sex-related charges, and a home invasion to commit a sex crime. So the attorney wants to sever those home invasion and sex charges from the murder charge.
Is that, would they be tried at the same time, or those would be tried
when you
separately?
Sever them, if the court were to grant that motion, they would be tried 2 separate trials. So arguments on that motion, the motion was just filed this week, those will be heard on August 25th. So
the original trial is supposed to start
September.
in September.
But it's been put off and put off.
I was going to say that there's still very little chance.
Mr. Merbarger's been in jail, Fairfield or Wayne County jail, for a couple of years now. So, and typically a first-degree murder trial takes about a year to go to court, to jury, and this has been especially long. So, anyway, that was the latest on that particular case.
I thought one of the interesting things to come out of at least the first time I saw it, was they produced or mentioned the cause of death.
Yes, and I can't tell you, Bruce, what they based that upon. I do know that the remains of Megan are still in the possession of the FBI crime lab out in Washington, D.C. And so they can tell things that you and I would never be able to understand even. But in the charging instrument, there's 2 references. One reference had to do with strangulation, and the other had to do with choking. But anyway, both of them made reference to choking or strangulation as a possible cause of death. That's in the charging instrument, the indictment.
Is that a cause of death? I guess that's something that the prosecutors really kind of need to establish you'd kind of have to, wouldn't you?
I'm not sure about that, actually. As I understand it, you hate to talk about these things just,
with ongoing and with family around.
But family around, but there was very few of her remains found, mainly skeletal remains, a little bit of clothing, but mainly skeletal remains. And so when you do an autopsy, you don't necessarily have a whole lot of body to work with. But that's why the FBI forensics people got involved, and I'm sure there's a forensic anthropologist working on this as well. But that'll all come out in trial if there is a trial.
Yeah, and right now, like you said, it's scheduled for September. Most likely going to be moved off a little bit.
If there are, if the attorney, they've already waived the right to a speedy trial. Speedy trial is 180 days. That's been waived long ago. So I would not be the slightest bit surprised if they asked for another continuance, especially since filing this motion to sever.
That okay? Now that's still ongoing. Ray Tate is back in the news.
Ray Tate is back in the news.
Tell me about the new developments of Ray Tate. Now Ray Tate, if that is your real name.
Well, first of all, you need to know who we're talking about. Ray E. Tate is the man who is currently serving life in prison without a possibility of parole
for killing Sean Riley,
for the December 29th shooting death of Wayne County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Riley.
Right.
So he's currently at Menard State Prison, Chester, Illinois. A nice place for him. And so most recently, some facts emerged that early in his criminal career, he was down in Louisiana under an alias. And he took the alias of a classmate of his from Lawrenceville, Illinois. And he was down there in custody. I forget what it was for. I'm wanting to say it was a beating or a stabbing, but it was a violent crime. I do know that. And during the course of his incarceration in 2005, along comes a little storm called Katrina.
Little blow
came through. So he was in a jail in a New Orleans suburb. So when Hurricane Katrina came up, they had to move everybody. So they moved him 4 hours north.
Still in Louisiana.
However many miles that would be, I don't know. But he gets up there, and he's under this other name. I forget. I can't remember his name, honestly, but
Gail Maubrey.
I think it was Maubrey or something like that. But anyway, he was under an assumed name, and he gets up there, and a lot of records get lost and everything. And so while he's in this other jail north of New Orleans, their security is lax. They don't know they got people in jail. They don't even know what they're there for because the records have been scattered in the storm and everything. So Ray Tate and 3 other inmates overpower a guard and make an escape. They hold these prison guards hostage with a knife, and they break out of the joint. And they're on the loose not very long. I guess just a matter of hours. And they capture Ray Tate, and somehow, some way, whether it was through fingerprints or what, they find out it's not Mr. Maubrey or whatever the name it was. It's Mr. Tate, Ray E. Tate. And that was his first real brush with the law. I mean, he's had brushes with law. He's spent more of his adult life in jail than he has out of jail, for sure. And so anyway.
And then he was back in Lawrenceville before he moved to Hopkinsville or something and started the spree.
Yes, started this terrible spree. So there's more news out of Clinton County, Illinois. He had a Zoom court appearance this week. Mr. Tate was in court by Zoom from prison.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. So he had to have his first advisement of the charges out of Clinton County, which I believe are 33 separate charges.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's a lot of charges. It had to do with him breaking in that house near Carlisle. Yeah. And holding people hostage there and shooting up the place and stealing guns and everything. Anyway, so Clinton County read all the charges to him and possible penalties, and he pled not guilty. And so he'll be going to trial up there, as well as St. Peters, Missouri, which is St. Charles County, Missouri.
Well, they're going to one place to place, so maybe they'll keep him on Zoom since he's apparently
August 8th,
escape risk.
He is an escape risk, but August 8th he will be in person at the Wayne County Courthouse.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is arguing.
For him trying to drop his attorney?
He's trying to withdraw his guilty plea. In his handwritten pro se motion to withdraw his guilty plea, he said he claimed that he needed mental health care that he didn't get. His lawyer was insufficient. What do you call it? Ineffective counsel. And anyway, you could tell he'd been at the law library. And when he filed this motion, but he's already had one appearance by Zoom on that motion, but he'll be August 8th back in Wayne County Circuit Court.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He's not going anywhere. I'm sorry.
There's all kinds of different things to talk about.
But those are 2 big ones I know of.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back,
there is another one.
We're going to bring one up from the past.
27 years ago.
Has it been that long?
1995.
Though I don't believe we've ever talked about that on
I don't think
show.
So, but it'll be coming to a small screen near you.
Len's going to be a TV star.
Again.
Just like today.
Yeah. Absolutely just like today. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey.
Back in a sec. Stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield.
He was 25 in this house.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My good friend Len Wells is here. We're talking about the news of the day.
Got plenty of it.
By the way, there's the crimebeat.net front
Big
page.
Big fire last night.
Giving a little bit of free play there to United
Big
Mutual.
fire west of Grayville last
Is that
night.
that's the Albion store for United Mutual Insurance, isn't it? Looks kind of like their building.
So it was a house fire west of Grayville.
I'm talking about the advertising.
Oh, yeah. United Mutual there in Albion. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the fire. No, United Mutual didn't catch fire. That'd be Shane Pritchett's outfit, isn't it? United Mutual.
Is that Shane's?
I think so.
I didn't.
You know Shane, don't you?
Yeah, I know Shane.
Good man.
Yeah. Whose home was heavily damaged east of or west
I
of
don't know.
Grayville?
I didn't cover that story.
So
I have no clue.
So I'm just putting some
random art,
just like the nude people.
Yes, random stuff. I don't. I got to have time to sleep.
Do you
come
sleep?
up here and do these shows?
Oh, I know. You're incredible. Speaking of doing television shows,
yes, I did.
You're here doing a TV show today. You've come up like once every month or so over the past several months and years, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You were contacted about a crime from the past that you covered closely?
That's correct.
Tell me what is going on.
So a couple of months ago,
you did a big TV show.
I did. A couple of months ago, I get a phone call from this camera here, or no camera?
That one.
Okay. Get a phone call from a lady by the name of Chris Graves, actually an Emmy award-winning television producer from California.
You Googled her.
No, I spoke to her.
Well, I know, but she doesn't when you're talking to
somebody. No, but anyway, she
didn't say, "Hey, by the way, I've won an Emmy."
No, but I did look her up, and she's an Emmy award-winning television producer.
There you go.
So she called me up and said, "I'm doing this."
I have it. I've got a shelf here that if somebody wants to give me one.
I won a Wordlet surprise once. Anyway, she's a producer putting together some shows, a series of documentaries for the Oxygen Network.
Okay.
Which a lot of people have heard of. Oxygen Network, is it on?
Yeah,
I would think so.
I'm looking.
And she said, we're doing a story called Homicidal Holidays. It's a series of homicides that occurred on or near a holiday. And
Really?
she said, we're doing a story about a double murder in Wayne County back in 1995. Happened on the 4th of July, 1995, the death of Sue and Melinda Marshall. And she said, I understand from some of the interviews I've done that you covered that story in radio, which at the time I was in radio, and covered that story exclusively. And she said, well, we're going to be coming to Fairfield to interview a number of people, detectives and the prosecutor and one thing and another about that case, and asked if I would participate in the production. And I did. So last Friday, actually a week ago Friday, she was at the Landing in downtown Fairfield.
Channel 313.
313, the Oxygen channel.
On your streamer.
That's great. So she came down, and I was one of many people that she interviewed. We talked about the life and times of Niels Christian Nielsen, the man who's currently serving life without parole for the murder, heinous, horrible
murder.
I mean, terrible murder of Sue and Melinda Marshall. And Melinda is Sue's daughter, who was at the time, I believe, 15. Her daughter. Her daughter. No, not his daughter. Sue and Niels Nielsen had been briefly married. And so Niels was her ex-husband after a very brief marriage.
Okay.
But I'm
just give a very brief overview here on the facts of that case, because I'm more interested in the show.
Sure. So on the 4th of July, 1995, Sue and Melinda Marshall go missing. And so there's an all-out search for the two. They're looking for. They got a lot of volunteers searching for them. And so not very long after the search began, they found Sue's vehicle, which was a green Oldsmobile. They found it in a pond, a farm pond, and there had been a stick shoved between the front seat and the gas pedal, indicating that it had been forced into the pond. Yeah. Well, it didn't submerge because it was a small pond. So the police get there and they find blood in the back seat, and they find blood in the trunk, leading them to believe that a violent crime had occurred, and that they're most likely Sue and Melinda had met a terrible fate. And so the search, they start, as all investigations do. They begin at the inside of the family and people and work their way out. One of the people they interviewed, of course, was Niels Christian Nielsen, who had been at one time, was one of Sue's 3 husbands. And make a longer story even shorter, they find that Nielsen had been alleged to have stolen some tools from Sue's ex-husband, Mr. Marshall.
A different ex-husband.
So that was enough to put Nielsen in the jail and give the detectives time to work this case. Now, they found the victim's car, but they hadn't found the bodies. So while Mr. Nielsen is sitting in jail, a fisherman spots a gem bag floating in a farm pond, actually a borrow pit, south of Wayne City near the interstate. And in that gem bag were the remains of Melinda and Sue Marshall. And they had been just brutalized. I mean, post-mortem, cut up, and there was evidence they'd been burned. Their bodies had been burned. And so an investigation went even further. They found a burn pile near where Niels had been living. And in that burn pile, they found other evidence of the remains. Yeah. Some bone fragments. One of the key pieces of evidence was a necklace that Sue had given her daughter Melinda as a gift. They found that necklace. So it confirmed that those were the victims and what had happened to him. So Niels goes on trial. He's convicted, and he's sentenced to death.
Did he plead innocent in that?
Oh, yeah, he pled guilty and went to trial.
He pled innocent.
Oh, of course he did, yeah. He pled not guilty, and the case went to trial. It was moved out of the county to Lawrenceville.
Oh, okay.
And Judge Barry Vaughn, now as an appellate judge, was the prosecutor at the time from McLeansboro, and he was the one that prosecuted the case and got a conviction, and Niels was sentenced to death. And they set an execution date, but of course that takes forever in Illinois. Yeah. And in the meantime, Governor George Ryan commuted everybody on death row to life in prison without parole. The following year, the state legislature eliminates the death penalty in Illinois. So, as we sit here today, Niels Christian Nielsen is still very much alive and well, and being cared for at the Menard State Penitentiary at Chester, Illinois. That's the background.
This settles for 15 or 20 years, 25 years.
25 years.
And Why
one appeal. There was one appeal. He appealed the case based upon that burn pile. They claimed they had a faulty search warrant for the burn pile. The appellate court rejected that and upheld his conviction.
Why are they doing the TV show? What's the occasion for it?
It's called Homicides for the Holidays. So it's a series of documentaries about murders that occurred on or near a holiday. And in the case of the death of Sue and Melinda Marshall, that occurred, they went missing on the 4th of July. And Niels Nielsen, after he killed Sue and Melinda, went to the fireworks show in Wayne City. And then it was after that he realized he needed to do something with the bodies, because they were still at the time in the back of that car that had been shoved into the pond. So that's when he then got another vehicle and removed the bodies and burned them and cut them up and put them in a gym bag and threw them in a borrow pit. So it's Homicides for the Holidays is a documentary. It's a part of a series on the Oxygen Network. Channel 301 or something like that.
313 on Moby on the Oxygen Network. And it'll be sometime this fall. Presumably
it's
over the holidays.
Currently in post-production right now.
Presumably over the holidays.
I'm sure. Probably Thanksgiving-ish. That'd be my guess. I don't know. There's not a hard date on the production.
The reason I focus on this part of it is because it just seems it's just fascinating to me that people watch. I know people who watch only these kind of TV shows.
Well, like 48 Hours, they'll watch that. And
the first
Dateline. First 48 is a whole different story than 48 Hours.
Right.
Yeah, Dateline. I love those shows. And but
first
anyway,
48 is more like this.
Correct. But anyway, it's an interesting series.
So they called. How long? So what was the story? How long?
About 2 months ago, Chris.
The only reason I know is because our friend Matt Vaughn was called in on one from Southern Illinois, and they talked to him for 2 hours.
Chris Graves called me up on the telephone and interviewed me for just short of 2 hours.
On the phone.
On the phone, and then we go to the taping at the landing. And I was in front of a camera rolling for almost an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Answering questions.
Basically the same questions?
She based her questions on our telephone interview.
Wow. That's a lot of...
And it was interesting.
That's a lot of show prep.
It is. Much like this show, only different. But it was very fascinating.
Only very different.
Very fascinating to me because it was truly... had very high production quality.
Like this show.
Only different. I mean, seriously. First of all,
understand. You had more than one person there.
But
be nice.
Yeah, those are on tripods. They don't move. Well, there's were two actually, but they had me. They had a lavalier mic. I'll call it. They had one of those, but they also had a boom mic, and the boom mic is what they use primarily. And the only reason they mic you with a lavalier is in case you turn your head, and it doesn't pick it up perfectly. Then they'll use this. So they're running two channels of audio at the same time here and the boom mic.
And they probably got two different cameras.
They got two cameras going, and they got a technical director and then the producer and an associate producer.
Is it the same lady who interviewed you?
The producer?
Yeah, the one who interviewed you over the phone, or
is the lady that interviewed me? Yes. But then you got the producers, associate producers, and technical directors, and cameramen and sound people.
How many people were in the crew?
1, 2, 3. Well, there was a guy from California, a guy from St. Louis, and a guy from Chicago were the technical crew. They had the producer and an associate producer, and I think there was one other person, so 6 people.
The reason I ask and the reason I talk about that, about the size of the crew, is because I went up and did I went up to the reveal of one of those garage shows.
Oh yeah,
Garage Squad. And it's basically this one where they take a car and work on it for a week, and then they
big reveal,
and so I was there for the big reveal. I was astonished.
A lot of equipment.
Oh my gosh, a lot of equipment, a lot of people.
Yeah,
there were probably on the crew for this show, there were probably 20 people, 15 to 20 people. They had this big. Well, they had 2 trucks. They had these big trucks with all their equipment.
They were probably doing production right in the truck.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were sending the production into the truck, and they were
editing it
editing at the time. It ended up being on television about 3 months later. But I mean, they probably could have done it
Sure. Well, in this case, these are strictly just interviews, so there's not much else going on but headshots and interviews. So they only needed 2 cameras and sound equipment and so forth.
They had probably gone around also to the sites.
They'd already gone over to the sites, and they did a bunch of pre-production before they ever got to the interviews.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And gathering documents and things like that. But it was interesting.
So they talked to you for an hour and 45 minutes. We haven't seen the show yet. How long do you think you'll be on?
I'm going to guess, sincerely, and having been in television, I'm going to guess maybe a minute. Really, seriously.
Matt Vaughn did this. It was for the.
I'm being generous.
It was for a show about a killing in Heron.
Okay.
Somebody back in the 90s or early 2000s or something, and they chased these people down to Colorado and caught them out there. But Matt was their attorney.
Yeah, defense attorney.
Their defense attorney, and they talked to him for 2 hours. He said they talked to him for 2 hours. So. And
comes on.
I heard when the show was going to be on. So I'm friends with Matt Vaughn. I knew nothing about these people.
But you want to see your bud.
I want to see my friend on an hour long television show. And people may have enjoyed it. People may not have. I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And Matt was on there for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I just couldn't believe all the.
The show was stupid, or just the fact that he was only on there 10 seconds.
Yes.
Well, see, that's the producer's prerogative. That's why they call them producers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's cool.
That's why some of them win Emmys, because they know what they're doing.
I haven't yet.
But I doubt that I'll be on there more than a minute. I'll be shocked if I am. Seriously.
You think Mr. Vaughn will be on?
I think Barry Vaughn will be featured prominently, and there will be 1, maybe 2 detectives that I know that will be on there quite a bit. But no, I'll probably be a very minor role.
We're going to take the last quick break. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more with Len Wells here. probably try to lighten the mood of the show.
You want to?
Yes.
Yeah, we have been.
It's been
murder and mayhem. Murder and mayhem. I'm sorry, but that's
what you truck in, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We'll do the best we can.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm gonna get some mac and cheese. Did you not make any?
Are you gonna do some mac and cheese and Grand Marnier, and then do what?
Get naked because it's naked time.
All right, you got that to look forward to get back. We'll be right back after this word. 2 minutes. He's going to be naked. Back in a sec. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV.
I'm sorry, I got a little taffy stuck in my teeth from last night.
Lynn Wells is here from crimebeat.net.
You want some taffy?
No. No.
I love taffy.
He's bringing up taffy because we've been talking a little bit about the Wayne County Fair, which
it's
is going on this week.
A lot of fairs going on this time of year.
Well, I think Clay County is having their fair like next weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I know that Marion County is having their fair.
That's Salem, right?
Yeah, that's toward the end of the month. I know that Effingham County is having theirs in Altamont. They do theirs in
Is Edwards one of the last of the year? Or
Edwards is probably next week.
Okay, it's pretty early then.
Yeah, Edwards will be next week. I forgot to get Neil Farron on the show. Usually I get Neil.
Great guy.
Neil does nice. What's your favorite thing to do at the fair?
Tilt-a-whirl.
Not just Wayne County.
Tilt-a-whirl, of course.
Really?
Yeah. Do they still have those? Probably not.
I have no idea.
No, to be honest with you,
I got to tell you, I haven't walked to that end of the Midway for years.
My favorite thing to do at any county fair is quite simple. Food. Carny food. Love carny food. I love anything deep fried. I like me a good corn dog. And I like me a good funnel cake. And the funnel cakes are no good unless they just come right out of the grease. If they come right out of the grease, they're just like heaven. The grease running down your arm, that's the only way to eat a funnel cake. Right there. I love corn dogs. Yeah.
I must be the worst person of all time.
You don't like funnel cakes?
No.
But I don't want any fruit and all that other junk on there. I just want funnel cake with a little powdered sugar. You know, that's why I try
I'm a corn dog guy.
Oh, I love corn dogs.
I go stand to stand to stand. I usually set aside, I don't know, it used to be $10. Now it'd probably need to be 15 or 20 to go from stand to stand to stand to stand. See who has the best corn dog.
And pay $5 for a lemon shake up. That's outrageous. But anyway, that's just neither here nor there.
I'll pay $3.
Yeah, but anyway, get you a lemon shake up, and get you a corn dog, and man, you're in heaven.
That's the thing. We must be too old because the pricing is. We've been priced out of the.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like the major league ballparks. You can't afford to go to a ball game and have any fun.
I've been invited to go to a game this Saturday, and
you better. I don't know where you bank, but you probably take out a loan.
I've got 2 days to get the mortgage.
You get a second mortgage so you can buy a couple of those cans of adult beverages and maybe a corn dog or a big old pretzel.
See, now that'd be good.
That would be good. But yeah, the county fairs, I enjoy them. You know, I don't go back and look at the animals. I should.
You're kind of like me in that you've worked them.
I have had to work.
I've had to work them.
Do interviews.
Years and years. So I very seldom go to county fairs anymore unless I'm doing something.
Well, I'll tell you what I do enjoy, and you're going to laugh at me, and that's fine.
Wouldn't be the first time.
That's all right. I do enjoy the Sunday night gospel show, believe it or not.
Really?
It's a lot of fun because sometimes they'll have some pretty good groups, and it's really good. Very uplifting, and I enjoy that.
Well, that's good.
And the harness racing, I can take a little of it.
That was on Sunday afternoon.
I can take a little bit of that, and then they have the truck pull, not the big commercial. When I say commercial, not the big circuit that comes.
See, they used to have Lucas Oil. It didn't come in.
I never did go to that.
Yeah,
but the local guys,
big crowds.
Farmers, that have a truck. I got a nephew from Mount Carmel who has a pretty winning record in that line. His name is Seth. Swanson. I believe his first name's Seth. I get the boys mixed up. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Seth. Now, here's the name of his...
I'm pretty sure. The boys
there's Seth, there's Seth and Johnny Bob, and there's like 5 or 6 of them. Yeah. But anyway, the name of his truck.
You don't know which one's running.
I do know the name of the truck.
What's the name of the truck?
Dirty Hooker. That's the name of the truck. I'm not making that up.
Can you tell me the
I don't know the genesis
story?
I don't know the genesis of that at all. I'm afraid to ask if you want to know the truth. And it may have something to do with
hooks.
Exactly.
You hook the sled.
Exactly. That's
with the truck.
May very well be. He may run I know he's got an uncle that runs a what do you call it? A tow truck service. So it may be from that. I have no idea. But the name of it is Dirty Hooker, and he won a lot of races. Really has.
How did he do this week?
He got second and third at Wayne County.
Well, that's cool.
I think it's in the money, isn't it?
Yeah,
probably. Sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Tonight is, I believe. I want to say it's the
Thursday night. Let's see.
Thursday night is either the motocross.
Motocross usually Thursday, isn't it?
I think it's earlier this week.
Huh. That's something that, to me, I'm sorry, about 10 minutes of that's enough.
Well, I live close enough to the fairgrounds
you can hear them.
That I really don't need 10 minutes.
So that's why you leave the house till dark and come back.
Yeah. There are reasons that I leave the house on
it's very noisy. July
1st and come back July 12th.
Very noisy event. What I miss are the stunt shows. The car shows, the stunt shows. They used to have those all the time. King Kovaz, that was one of them. Great, the Slide for Life.
Well,
do you remember that, the Slide for Life?
Back in the day, I grew up riding my bike to the fair.
And looking under the tent.
But
people know what I'm talking about.
The tents were gone whenever in my
Well,
day.
you are a young man then, aren't you?
Well, it was say 1975 or 70.
70s. Yeah. But
they
pretty well been outlawed.
They didn't have the tents anymore.
Oh, they've been gone for years, haven't they? Decades. It's been gone for decades.
But I'd heard what were the tents? Did you ever?
They were just little hoochie coochie shows. I mean, they'd hire some lady and she'd come out and dance around naked, and that'd be it. And you pay a nickel or dime or quarter to go in and see that.
Is that where that was the story of the ape?
Oh, you come see the
Jocko or whatever.
Jocko. No, that was one. Oh no, that's
what was the Grayville ape guy?
Oh no, that was
Woofy.
That was Woofy's buddy. Gosh, I can't think of his name. No, it wasn't Bobby Walker. But anyway, Jocko was his name, and he went and wrestled the ape and an orangutan. He wrestled an orangutan and got beat twice. Went back in the ring a second time and got beat.
Why would you go back in the ring?
Because he had been drinking, Bruce. He had been drinking a lot.
That's actually probably one of the best things that they do at the Wayne County Fair and local fairs.
Well, the orangutan wrestling?
No, they
don't have any of that.
They don't let them booze up and wrestle with orangutans.
And they don't let them booze up in the demolition derby either.
Don't let them booze.
And they shouldn't.
That was a big deal.
When they started doing breath tests, boy, that was a controversy, wasn't it?
That was a controversy.
That was back during the McCulley administration.
That's actually pretty recently.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Years.
People can get hurt. I got a friend of mine that got his femur broken in one of those deals. I mean, that's a big bone. That's the biggest bone in your body, isn't it? The femur. And I think he'd been imbibing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad deal.
Oh, yeah. I think it eliminated his chances to get any settlement.
Well, it would probably have eliminated his chances of winning the race too.
Well, yeah, they hauled him off in a bambulance. Isn't that how you pronounce that? Bambulance?
No. By the way, I didn't put it on the show.
You should have.
The TV shows tonight. We will have the auction at the Wayne County Fair. The 4-H auction is on this channel right here.
That's fun.
Tonight.
That's a lot of fun.
It is a good time. You get to see the kids out there with their animals, and you get to see folks.
We get a hog every year. Seriously, out of not the Wayne County Fair, but we put a hog and put it in the freezer and share it with all our relatives. Yeah, it's good meat, good stuff.
Yeah, well, you see, and if you're buying it from one
they
of those
don't like
shows,
you to kill the hog right in front of the kids. Don't do that.
Well, the thing is, if you're getting it right,
don't name your pigs.
No,
either.
I'm saying
don't name the pigs.
They do name the pigs.
I know. I didn't feel bad about chopping up Rex, but that's the way it is. He's just fluffy.
Yeah, they coming.
Yeah. That's
oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so. Enjoy the fair wherever it
corn
is.
Corn dogs,
funnel
cakes,
whatever,
lemon shake-ups,
subtle fries, the fries, funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes. They're delicious.
I don't know what I was about to say.
They'll make you give back things you never took.
Thank you very much for being here, Lynn.
Glad to be
here. Thank you so much, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see y'all real soon. Have a great day.